All right, Sauk Prairie Youth Hockey. Welcome back for another episode of Talkin Hockey. Tonight's guest, once again on the line, we have Coach Tim is with us. You'll hear from him shortly. And then our featured guest tonight is Sauk Prairie's own Jordan O'Connor. So, welcome to the chat, Jordan. And why don't you just briefly overview your playing career to date so far?
So I started hockey at Sauk Prairie Flyers, and then I played with the Flyers up until my freshman year of high school. And then for my sophomore and junior year, I played for the Madison Capitals. And then my senior year, which was this past year, I played for the high school boys hockey team.
All right, fantastic. Thank you.
So aside from hockey, Jordan, what other sports do you play?
So I've played soccer my whole life as well, and then in high school I played tennis.
So having played soccer and tennis, how do you think those contribute to your success in hockey?
I think they help me because they keep hockey interesting to me. If I would only play hockey, it would be burnt out for me. Like, I like having other sports to look forward to as well, and that makes me look forward to hockey also.
Fantastic, and that's something we certainly encourage our athletes at Sauk Prairie Youth Hockey to do in the off season.
Yeah,
is go play other sports. So that's awesome. Let's talk about hockey a little bit, Jordan. So what really drives your passion for hockey?
I would say just the feeling of accomplishing something new and like accomplishing a big win. There's nothing better than just feeling good about improving my play and having a good team to play on is just a really good, happy feeling for me.
Yeah, that's important. I think, to have be surrounded by good teammates really enhances the game and certainly makes it a lot more enjoyable and allows you to grow as a player. I think that's important. So what was it that actually steered you towards being a goalie and goaltending?
Well, I don't actually remember when I started playing goalie, but from what I was told by my dad is that I was upset that the boys wouldn't pass to me, so a goalie was needed for a weekend, and I tried it, and then I loved it, so I just stuck with it.
I bet that's probably similar for a lot of goaltenders, to be honest with you, as far as how they got in there. That certainly could be the case.
Mm-hmm.
And so obviously you were playing out at times, and the boys probably weren't passing to you, or at least that's maybe what you interpreted. But so what age did you really start focusing on goalie exclusively?
I think it was towards the end of my first squirt year is when they started needing goalies full time. They were doing less of switching around and all that. So then I just decided it's what I want to do. I like it a lot.
All right, great. We try to get them to pass at that first year squirt level. We're not always successful with that, regardless of who they are.
Yeah.
All right. So when you were coming through our youth association, we didn't have the girls only option like we do now. So can you talk a little bit about your experiences playing co-ed in our youth program?
Yeah, I just think that it helped me play the game a lot faster, and I was playing up and I was playing with more skill. I mean, girls aren't as skilled as guys at such that young age, but as you're getting older, like Pee Wee and Bantam, the boys are getting bigger and you are starting to play up to them, and I think that is a major difference.
All right. How about your teammates as you played on those co-ed teams? Did they accept you as an equal and a teammate, or do you feel they treated you differently because of your gender?
I think they treated me differently in a good way. Like, they would protect me more on the ice, and if anybody tried to even touch me on the ice, a brawl would start in front of the net. And off the ice, it was about the same. I would hang out with them at restaurants and all in the hotel and everything. And I was accepted. It was really fun to be with them.
Awesome. That is great to hear.
Yeah, that's obviously, again, goes back to having good teammates, right? And and being surrounded by good people and good teammates, that always makes things a little bit better. So after your last year at Bantam, you then went to play for the Capitals, Tier 1 girls only. Talk about your experiences at that level, and I think that you have a pretty interesting story as to how things worked out for you when you got there. So I don't know if you want to share that, but certainly talk about at least the experiences at that level and playing Tier 1 hockey.
Yeah, so my sophomore year, I didn't make the U16 team. So I didn't have a team from August until December. Well, December, I got a call from the U19 coach saying that he had a spot for me. So from January until March, I was playing as a 16-year-old, 15-year-old on a U19 team as a practice goalie, and I would play just one game here and there. I think that really helped me learn how to play with higher skill that rather than like more physical type of play. So that really helped me come when I would be playing high paced games like with the boys, I could break it down into skill and speed. And then my junior year, I played U16, which was when I was 16, so it was the correct age that I was supposed to be in. I made that team, and I played that team. I didn't do as well because I was just used to playing with the boys. So at that point, I was like playing down to their level. I was just always used to playing with either older girls or my same age guys that are higher pace level.
Yeah, that's certainly understandable, having been in your shoes and done that. And I think that you'll see a lot of elite players have gone down that road, and when they get out of their kind of age group and move on and play up to that higher level, there's kind of two different schools of thought. One, it's great for development. Two, you should be playing with the kids your same age and just be the best of the kids at your same age. So there's definitely two sides of the coin there. But I think that that's still a really unique experience, and I think that goes to show that sticking with it and just making yourself available is something that is a good add-on and a good lesson for those out there. Yeah, you didn't make your team for U16, but you continued at it and got an opportunity to play with the U19 age level up, which I think was probably the best thing that probably could have happened for you actually at the time.
Yeah.
So having played both, co-ed and girls only, what are some of the pros and cons of each?
I would say a pro is that playing with the boys, I tend to play up to people. So I play up to the high skill and the fast pace, and I can stick with that. But I would say a con of going from 19s and with the boys to 16s girls is that I was used to playing up to them, but I wasn't used to their skill level, which it wasn't as advanced, so I would start playing down to them. So I wasn't performing as well as my goalie partner, so she would end up getting more critical games, and that wasn't good for me and my career.
Okay.
All right. So you've been able to watch our association grow here to the point now, and a lot of that growth is coming from the girls. So we're able to offer girls only teams. So beginning at 10U, now the girls in our program have that choice to make. Do I play co-ed? Do I play girls only? And it's a very individualized choice. It's going to happen at different times for different reasons, depending on the athlete. So as the girls are kind of thinking about in their families, which way do we go with this? What would you say are some of the key considerations they should be considering?
I suggest that the girls, around age 12 or 13, they decide if they want to play college hockey or beyond that, or they want to just play hockey for fun. So the girls who decide they want to play college hockey, they should most likely, from my experience, stick with the boys team and potentially play caps if they choose to do that. Otherwise, I would say for the girls who just want to play with their friends but still play competitively, I would choose playing on the girls' team.
Okay. Good things for our girls and their families to be thinking about.
So, as a senior, you get to get out of the Tier 1 ranks and then come back and play for the boys varsity team. Talk about what went into that decision, and I think I know in my mind what your answer is, but let's just hear what your decision were. You know, how you came to that decision.
Yeah, so I played my third year bantam my freshman year, and I decided around at the end of that season I really enjoy playing with the boys. Like, I know I was going to play caps, it's just I really, really like playing with the boys. So at the end of my sophomore year, about a year later, I decided, you know what, I want to play with the boys my junior and senior year. I think that would be really fun to be at school, because caps is really demanding. You're gone about every weekend. So I wanted to be at school, go to practice, go home, and then just be able to live a high school experience, the full high school experience. So I contacted the AD to find out what I could do to play with the boys. So that year we got out of the contract with the girls team, and so that would make it available for me to play my senior year only, since I already decided to play junior year with Capitals. So it was 2 years in advance, almost 3 years in advance, where I decided I want to play at least one season with the boys. And I am very thankful I decided that, because it was just super fun to play with them. And once again, I really like playing that high pace hockey, and it's my kind of hockey that I enjoy.
Great. So let's talk about that a little bit more. So how special was it for you to come back as a senior and then finish up your Sauk Prairie hockey career with so many of those teammates that you had coming up through youth?
It was really, really special. I mean, I've been practicing with them at least 3 times a week since my freshman year. So I would play Bantam and I would practice with them every once in a while. And during my cap season, I would still practice with them at least twice a week when I didn't have caps practice. So I mean, I was developing with them on that team. And then my senior year, I finally got to play with them and play games. And it was just really special to finally have everything come together.
Fantastic. Love it. All right, let's talk about something else you did in terms of giving back to the game, because not only did you come through as a player, but you also helped out with our 6U'ers as a student coach. So how special was that experience, and what did you enjoy about it most?
I would say it's super special, because when I was that age, I remember looking up to the high school students thinking they are the coolest people in the world, and I want to play hockey. I want to be like them. And I think they're so cool. And to also be a girl who is helping coach, that is really inspiring for the young girls who are deciding if they want to keep playing or not. So I think being a part of that was really good for the future of Sauk Prairie youth hockey.
Couldn't
Yeah, I
agree
agree.
more.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree. It's really great to give back and to just be an inspiration for the kids. I think that's important, and I remember, I think I don't know, maybe a peewee or something. The high school guys were on the ice, and I was able to just do like they were doing board skating at the end of practice. Coach brought me out there with them, and I just thought that was the coolest experience ever. It was just really neat. So thank you for giving back. We appreciate it from the association standpoint. I believe we have a whole bunch of girls playing hockey now, so you had to have something to do with that. So thank you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So what is next for Jordan O'Connor? What does the future bring for you?
So I'm attending UW River Falls. I'm going to be playing hockey there, and I'm undecided on what I'm going to study, but I'm somewhere in the STEM field related, so like math or data science, something like that. I hope that my first or second year can help me decide what I want to do.
Fantastic. Congratulations on that.
Thank
That's
you.
awesome. All right, Jordan, we'll move into our lightning round here. So thinking back, what's your favorite hockey moment as a Sauk Prairie Flyer?
I would say it's a tie between my second year Bantam when we won the Wapaka tournament in overtime, or my third year Bantam where we got second in state, but the semis round, we won in double overtime against Monroe.
Sorry, I got lost in the question there. I just remember that and just remember talking to Jamie about that and how awesome that was. Biggest hockey influences.
I would have to say between, of course, you, Tim, my dad, and Brian Elliott.
Nice. So what will you take with you from your time as a Sauk Prairie Flyer to River Falls?
I want to take just being a good teammate and a good community member, like always helping each other and always being there for each other. I think that's a big thing in Sauk Prairie, and I want to take that to River Falls.
So last question here. You're obviously a phenomenal goaltender, but how good would you have been if our goalie coach Tim actually knew what he was doing?
I think I would be everywhere on the news.
For goaltending.
Yeah. Tim helped me a lot. I mean, I was still developing and he came in and he made me a goalie that I am now. I mean, I don't know what I'd be doing without him.
Well, thanks, Jordan. I appreciate that. And I failed to, I think it was after your last band in practice, I failed to say thank you for being such a good student. So I'll say it now. Thank you very much. You're very coachable. And, as we went on through the course of your career, our conversation changed from, hey, where do I stand? Where's my glove? Where's my blocker? To let's talk about that situation and let's talk about what options does the shooter have versus, hey, you're standing in the right spot or you need to move in a different position. And that's a testament to you and your ability to not only be coachable, but to really understand the position and understand the game. So thank you for that. Thank you for being a great student. I appreciate it. And good luck in the future at River Falls.
Thank you.
Yes, Jordan. Good luck at River Falls. Thank you for taking the time tonight to talk with us and the Sauk Prairie youth hockey families. And I just want to thank you because I think you're like the embodiment of what we're going for and what we want from our athletes. Just a really good individual. Great. I can't thank you enough. So thank you for everything you've done for Sauk Prairie hockey and helping with the 6U'ers. And thanks again for the time tonight.
Yep. Thank you, guys.